Have you guys heard of that disgusting news? This disgusting news that I find disgusting, and it's the news that there's reports out there that 49-year-old Manny Pacquiao and 51-year-old Floyd Mayweather Jr. are trying to get a rematch. A rematch to step in the ring and square off for the second time. I say this is a disgusting, fight, because who the hell wants to see these two guys fight? Who in their right mind would pay $69.99 to watch 49-year-old Manny Pacquiao versus 51-year-old Floyd Mayweather Jr.? The only guys I could think of is Manny Pacquiao, fanatical boxing fans, or Floyd Mayweather Jr., nut hugger fans, because those are the only people or boxing fans who will actually take the time to pay $70 to watch two senior citizens fight. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no way in hell I would pay a single cent to watch two 59-year-olds face off for a rematch. Because as a teenager, I was begging for this fight. The first fight, I wanted to see Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Manny Pacquiao for years after years after years. I wanted to see it happen. And I waited so long that I lost interest. I got so disinterested. I was like, fuck this fight. I don't care about these two fighting. Then what happened? They finally fought. Unfortunately, by the time they fought, they were both senior citizens. So they fought a safety first type of fight, because, when you're senior citizens, you're not willing to take risks. You fight in a safe type of fight. That fight ended up being one of the worst and most boring fights I've ever watched. People wanted to see that fight because they thought, wow, Manny Pacquiao's a knockout artist. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is considered the pound-for-pound king. Let's see that happen. But unfortunately, by the time they fought, Manny Pacquiao was over the hill, and Floyd Mayweather Jr. was over the hill. And we just saw two senior citizens basically played safe. And the fight went the distance. It was a snooze fest. I was so disgusted with that fight, I told myself I will never watch Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr. fight again. I don't care who they fight. And I kept my promise. I did not see none of Mayweather's fights after that. I didn't see when Mayweather fought Andre Berto. I didn't see that. To this day, 3 years later, I have not seen that fight, because I knew that was going to be a stinker. And I knew it was going to be a boring fight. And I wasn't going to pay to give Mayweather money to make me fall asleep. And when it came to Manny Pacquiao, I didn't see when he fought Brandon Rios. I didn't see when he fought Lucas Matisse. I haven't seen none of his fights, and I will not see none of his fights to the day he retires, because, like I said, that was a snooze fest, and I was so bored with Manny Pacquiao's performance. The point is this, people. Nobody's asking for this fight. It's a whole different generation of boxers. Right now, the best welterweights are Errol Spence Jr., Sean Showtime Porter, Keith Thurman, and even Danny Garcia, because he was in a competitive fight with Sean Porter. You might even say Kell Brook is still a top, maybe even Amir Khan. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr. are no longer the best welterweights. Long time ago, they were the best welterweights a long time ago. It's a new generation. First of all, I don't even rate Mayweather anymore. I don't care if he was the pound-for-pound king, because he hasn't done anything since he beat bum-ass Andre Berto 3 years ago. So I don't rate him. And when it comes to Manny Pacquiao, he hasn't done anything either. So I don't rate him. The only guys who have been putting in the work have been the young welterweights. The Errol Spence Jr.'s, the Keith Thurmans, and even like the Sean Porters, Danny Garcia's. These guys have been putting in the work. They've been fighting legit competition, not hand-me-downs or nobodies the way Pacquiao and Mayweather have been doing for the past several years. So again, I don't even rate Manny Pacquiao or Mayweather. And like I said, I haven't watched these guys in several years. And like I said, who would want to pay to watch a rematch? The first fight was so boring. It was so boring. Why would anyone in their right mind pay to watch a rematch between two 40-year-old past their prime fighters? Mayweather hasn't even fought in it. I know he fought Conor McGregor, but that was against a guy who was a novice. The last time he fought an actual fighter, professional fighter, was in September 2015. A fight that I didn't even see, because I told myself I would never watch this fight again. And like I said, when it comes to Pacquiao, I have not seen Pacquiao fight since he fought Mayweather. Like I said, I'm not going to pay to watch this fight. And who in their right mind would pay to watch this fight? Like I said, only fanboys of the fighters, only fanboys of Mayweather or fanboys of Manny Pacquiao. But no one's calling for this fight. I just think this is just one of those hungry type of money-grabbing fights. The reason these guys want to fight is because they know they're going to make a lot of money. And that's the sad part about this fight. This is between two shot middle-aged fighters, yet it will still generate money. People will still want to pay to see this. And just like when Bernard Hopkins, who was shot to bits, shouted to bits Roy Jones Jr., that fight should have never happened. Roy Jones Jr. versus Bernard Hopkins, the rematch, should have never happened when it happened. It should have happened way sooner. Because by the time they fought, Roy Jones Jr. was shot to bits. That was a complete mismatch because it was a shot Roy Jones Jr. There was no way he was going to be able to beat Bernard Hopkins. But it still got made. So I know if that fight was able to get made, of course Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. 2 would get made again. And people will pay to watch that fight. I would definitely not. I wouldn't even watch the fight. I would not bother to watch that fight because, like I said, it's going to be a stinker. It's going to be a fight between two guys who I don't even rate. I don't rate these fighters. I don't rate Mayweather or Pacquiao. And who, like I said, who even wants? It's a new generation. There's so many young, ambitious, hungry, exciting welterweights out there. Why would you want to watch Mayweather versus Floyd Mayweather Jr.? Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Manny Pacquiao, two past their primes, over the hill fighters. Like who in their right mind would pay for that? Anyway, that's all I have to say.